What's up guys, Dolgy here, and so we're bringing today more ML adventure content to YouTube. Today we will be going through different PVE and the most important priority PVE packs for mid-game, late game, early game, but mostly like the general well-known meta packs, so meta teams, meta compositions. We will not be doing anything crazy or specific, it will be in our video, so today we will be going mostly through the PvE part of it, so PvP we will be moving it to the next video. So today we're covering PvE, campaign and tower mostly. I will be covering different packs, different explanations for them. I will be trying my best to explain the maximum of it, and you need to know that there are crazy amount of varieties, there are crazy amount of options. Also the positioning on the board, I will not follow this positioning, it will be just a list of characters, because sometimes just switching the positions of your characters on the board is making whole difference, and you are winning the fight, the battle. You will not win anyhow else, so I'm just not going to focus on that, because experiment, that's how you push high deficits. Yeah, again, those packs here listed, this is the basic list. I will be bringing more soon my personal packs and teams, some interesting variations, but here are some basics. They are all discussable. I'm just bringing the most relevant one, except this one, the first one I will explain. So feel free to experiment, feel free to change one or two characters in the package, in the team, it's totally fine. So let's kick off. First of all, what we have, if you have, if you're a new player or you don't have an old account from the good old days, you can fully ignore this pack, this team composition. So this team composition is called Old Classic Ranger. This team composition, it consists of Irritel 1-1, this guy, and also some other tanks slash support characters. This is the old classic tactic, right? The old classic strategy for the battles. If you don't have these characters now and you do not need to max them out, do not prioritize them. If you want to know what to prioritize, take a look at my tier list. I have a long version, I have a short version. Take a look at them. Do not forget about it. This is not a priority anymore, but if you are an old game, you have old account and you have them anyway, you can build this kind of team, because it's not interfering with any other teams out there nowadays. But this is the old Classic Ranger, and so we have a new Classic Ranger, right? So this is very important to mention, that this new Classic Ranger setup is built based on either Ares, which I recommend because she's doing AoE damage, or Mia, Arcus Mia, of course, because she's also amazing, but she's doing single target damage mostly. So the classic version of this pack is Ares, Angela, Clara, Edit, and anyone else. I would say any support or any frontline character, it doesn't matter. You can bring Rista just to do a Techno Rush variation of this pack with Rista pushing Ares. Those lines, you will be seeing them from my tier list. They are showing which character should be buffed, which character you should choose for Angela or for Fang or for Rista, right? So yeah, this is the general pack nowadays. It's very helpful. Clara is allowing your team not to die. She's providing invincibility. Edit is controlling, jumping to the front lane of our team, controlling. Angela is buffing. You can either buff Edit to give her more control by the taunt and by the charm, or you can buff and so some heals, or you can buff Ares so she can just wipe out everyone by one ulti. Arcus Me is also a viable option, but it's more one target oriented. You need to bring more copies to her, and also Soul Vessel to make it work better. Let's go further. So another classic, kind of very flexible setup, but it's a whole archetype of the team composition, right? It's not one precise team composition, but this one makes it very clear. So how you build that? You pick any mage carry, which is mage carry flex, right? Because it's flexible. You pick any mage carry you have, the biggest copies, the biggest boost you have on any of them, not even those characters. You can of course pick Luna, she's amazing, Shatora, of course, Purcell, sure, URL is amazing, just don't pick default Alice, please don't pick Dark Alice. So, or any other mage carry, there are lots of them. What you need to do is to pick Rista, at least one copy, it's enough. Pick Angela, she should be built well, right? Also, you pick Clara for the survivability, or you pick this girl, I forgot her name, for more energy boost and for lots more ulti. And you just pick any front lane, any tank who can survive enough time for your mage carry to kill everyone. So you ask me, but hey man, what's up with Angela being here and also here and in lots of other teams down there? Well, that's the whole point. You need 5 copies of Angelas in the late game. Angela is the best support unit in the game, I would say. I mean, she's at least the most understandable and the most direct support character, which just boosts your carry, and this is amazing. Her ulti allows your carry to ult immediately. She's sharing part of her attack stat to the carry, so Rista does the same. Rista is boosting your carry with attack buff, Rista is boosting your carry with the energy boost. The only problem is that she's also killing your carry here. So while she's killing it, you need Clara for it to ulti on the 0 or 1 HP, and also you need other different support options to just heal out of this damage Rista is doing to your carry. And so you need enough time to build everything around that. So this tank any tank will be amazing here. It's a good idea to bring it. So the next one, it's so simple. Then, if you watched my tier list, if you watched my recommendations for the wish list, for both of my tier lists on the channel, you will know that Thane is #1 Chaos and Order character you should focus on. She's just doing everything. She's a jack of all trades. She is amazing. She can buff, she can heal herself, she can control CC, whatever, damage, AoE damage, she can do everything. So this is the Thane pack. So you will ask, but where is the pack? What's wrong with it? But yeah, that's the whole idea. For the default Thane pack, this one is available. So yeah, it's very important to mention. This pack in that setup is available after you bring them to A1, A2, better A3. So then she's Awaken 3. This one is becoming possible because she can solo any battles with X4, X4.5 deficit. And everything you need to bring to her is any heroes to support her with any buffs, with any capabilities to make her alive, and with resonate buffs. That's it. So this one is Thane pack, and it's available only after A1 at least with her. So she needs to be good, boosted with items, with vessel, with everything. You need to carry about her, and she will carry you on. But one time, like when you reach to the late game with this pack will be covering one of your battles for the boss fights 100%. So first one, let's say you can do this, so second will be carried by this. So when you reach out to the late game, you will understand that it may be not enough, and your Thane is not capable of carrying solo your battles anymore. So to cover and to make this team better, to adjust this team, you just add this Ios Sylvana there. So it's luxury Thane pack, and it's just Thane plus Ios Sylvana, thing buffing with her sword as Sylvana, and any other heroes the same as we have here. So this one, as Sylvana is a UR unit, right? It's a UR character, a hero, so you definitely will not build this early on. I will tell you about priorities a bit later, but this one is a especially late game setup, but it works just perfectly. So then you are off with this pack, with this team composition, it's not working anymore. It's time to build EOS Sylvana, to build this Luxury Pack, and this one will continue carrying you through X 4.5 deficit for a long time. This is it, that's all explanation. So the next one we have here is a very late game pack, so a late game team composition. It's called Aposta Pack because for the name of the carry of this composition is she's here, it's Aposta. So you need to know a few things about her. So first of all, this pack was very popular back in the days. Aposta was very good carry according to comparing to other units, and she was doing just amazing. She's still very good, and you should consider having her and building her. Build her from all the stores where you can buy her. You're lucky guys, nowadays you can buy lots of copies of her here and there. The only problem of this pack, so how it works, what's the idea of this pack, what of this team composition? So basically Aposta is a carry, a ranger carry staying in the backline, and her ultimate is being charged with enemy units being controlled. So any CC applied to enemy team will get her energy up, and so she will charge her ultimate. That's very important because to make it work, you need to be sure that your team is alive enough time and also they are controlling enemy team. So you need to bring as much control, as much CC as you can to this team composition, and it's a very late game pack. So why it's very late? Because Aposta working properly only at A1 plus, I would say A3 plus, even at Nexus, she can exile at Nexus. So it's not your first priority to Nexus her. So do think about this pack starting when you reach Aposta A1, at least, Awaken 1. That, right, yes, so first of all, then to do that, you will need to, you never summon her through off summon or anything else, in my opinion. So to do that, you will need her to be built by your shops, by your shop purchases, so it's definitely late game. Plus, Esmeralda, the second must-have unit in this team composition, is also a very late game unit. She starts shining like from a very full build, like A3, full Orlay, full Vessel, full Twilight, full gems, like everything. So you need to put everything in her and you need to just complete her to work properly. But then you do that, you will be surprised how good she is and how good this team comp is. Also here we just bring Angela, as we always do, to one carry teams. So if you see one carry team, Angela probably will be there buffing and supporting this carry. Also we would bring here Leeta to also support Aposta. The problem why we do not do that, first, because we don't have any heals up here, so she will just die faster. Second, she can get enough energy just from the CC of her teammates, not from Leeta. And the third part is that we just don't have a slot here. We need Esme, and we need at least 2 control units, so we just don't have enough space. So here we can if we are building Zask from any stores, right, any shops, you have enough copies of him, at least maybe 9 stars, he will already do okay. Also, we can bring her to just stun and froze enemies. It's also a very good option for the free-to-play. But again, you see, we have here a green unit which need to be awakened free at least, so it's definitely late game. Also Medusa, she's perfect and working. She's amazing in every team composition, I would say. Nowadays I'm trying any team composition with her. She's just doing so great, but here is just a place for her. She feels amazing here, together with Edit. Not together, you may do together. So those 4 characters like Zask, Edit, Medusa, those 4 characters, you can just swap them in any combination and it should work. So this is the whole idea of Aposta Pack. So the next one is also very important. You need to know about that. In my tier list, I'm claiming that Hell is number 2 after Thing, Chaos and Order character you should build and you should focus on and prioritize. And the only problem with Hell, comparing to Thing. So Thing, she's good even at 1 copy. She can be a support unit. She can bring at least value even with 1 copy. Hell, it's not about her. So with Hell, you need to build her to work properly. And to build her, I mean that to just start this team composition, to make it at least somehow viable, you need to bring her to A1, A2. And you need to build 3 overlay cards to her. So A1, A2, 3 overlay is the minimum for her to start working properly. Also, the problem of this pack that Hell, she has crazy survivability, and also Mecha Layla, she's supporting this survivability a lot with CC, with heals, buffs and everything. The problem of this team composition that all our heroes here, they will not be alive, then Hell will be soloing this stage, 100%. So you cannot bring any carry here. So the only way for you to boost up this team composition to the late game is to bring everything to your Hell and to your Mecha Layla all together. I mean everything. You need to Nexus both of them. You need to bring overlay cards, and not just 9 out of 9. You need to enchant overlay cards for them. Yes, if you didn't know, it's possible to enchant overlay cards. And to do that, you just need to get 1 more card for a character after you already have 9 of them. So you need to not just build them fully and Nexus them, but also enchant their overlay cards 2+, 3+4 for all the slots to deal enough damage at a 75+ campaign. But this one is an amazing pack, and it will carry you by just 2 single units through the whole mid game. It's very good pack. So next we have Akashik Team and Akashik Nuke. So I will do them both in one screen now just to tell you that they are very similar to each other. The only part is, so mandatory part, Akashik is here, our order hero. I believe this is number 3 Chaos and Order hero and character you should focus on. So in my personal opinion, in my tier list, you will have Thang, then Hell, and then Akashik. It will be our next character. So you max him out. What he does, he buffs, so on top of everything he does, like heals, buff of attack, any like control removals, all that stuff. On top of that, he also, with his ultimate, he shares his attack, part of his attack, to all the units in the team. And this thing is unlimited, it can stack unlimited if your Angela is buffing him with her ultimate. First of all, sharing part of her attack to him, which he will next share to all of them, including herself, and this is like cycled, right? On the other hand, she brings energy to him so he can ulti unstoppable, and all the team will be 100% of uptime buffed, enemy team will be debuffed, you will have all the heals, all the attack, and everything. So Sylvana is here because she's an amazing tank, she has invulnerability in her kit, she's just standing there in front row, and she's doing an amazing job as a tank. Her barriers are crazy, you just need to build her. She needs some building, but even from 2, 3, 4 copies she already works quite well. So what is the difference between those teams? The second one, Akashik Nuke, is my personal, it's not my personal version, it's well-known version with Farsha, yeah, but I believe this is the best option from the damage perspective you can find. So the whole idea of Akashik Nuke version is that Farsha's ultimate, then she has every boost, like overlay cards and everything, her ultimate, it allows her to gain attack equals to the sum of all the party attack. And so then Akashik is buffing every character in the team, and also Cipra summoning one more character who is also being buffed, and he's counting as a character. So all that stuff is being like crazy boosted with crazy amount of attack, and then Farsha clicks her ultimate, and it's very important that she needs to click her ultimate the last out of the least. So after all of our ultimates, she needs to ulti, and then she just nukes enemy team because she's using all the attack from all her teammates and just destroying the enemy comp. This version, Akashik team, is just more slightly less aggressive version with more I would say survivability, with more flexible approach, because you can build any carry, you can bring any carry here. It's not, especially should be Farsha. So, but you can experiment with that. To be honest, it's like maybe the same pack. You can just exchange those two. You can exchange Luna and Farsha, something like that. So this is Akashik teams, right? You can also bring different tanks. You can also bring different support units. You can try this. The only problem here is you cannot bring Rista here, because in default campaign with high deficit, Rista will just kill Akashik faster when he cannot heal out of her damage. So that's a problem with Rista. So let's move forward. This one is Charox Pack. So it's Char and Lunox, not UR versions. So very important disclaimer about that pack, that team composition. If you don't have an old account, and if you are a newcomer or you're in mid game, so if you do not have already enough copies of Char and Lunox, at least let's say 8 stars for both of them now, if you don't have that, feel free to skip that pack. I believe, in my personal opinion, it's outdated, and it's still very, very powerful. It works, it's amazing team comp, but you just don't need to prioritize that as an resource investment for your account anymore. So in my opinion, if you don't have them already, skip this pack. It will not damage your account. You can prioritize resources to different things and it will be better. So nowadays you can prioritize it to Tank, Hell, Akashik, UR, Linux, UR, Char. Soon we will have Norna. All that stuff is very, very good. So the idea of this pack is that Charox is just it's crazy amount of control by Char, crazy amount of survivability by Lunox, plus we add a healer here with different buffs. This girl is summoning lots of zombies, killing enemy teams slowly but very effectively without any like opposite push from the enemy team, right? So this is the Charox. It's just important to mention, I believe. So this one is, I would say that's the important mention here in that list. So this pack, I call it Techno Rush. Why it's Techno Rush? I will be doing a separate video, especially for newbie guide, right? So the guide for all the beginners, for all the newbies, for newcomers, how to effectively play the game from the day one. And so in that video, I will be talking about two different scenarios. One of them is a AFK game, right? So you do not push that much. And the other version would be considering you want to rush the campaign and you want to push the limits and you want to push high deficits and you want to be, let's say, number one on your server. Of course, getting out frames like the whaling and all that, the real money investments. But why this team is important? This is just the most effective team, which you will have anyway if you follow the guidelines of my tier list, and which I believe is the best efficient way nowadays to reach out to good results. Because as I showed you in my personal account here, you can see that I am now, this is a new account I created just to test all my ideas here, and you can see that I'm on the first place, even comparing to our guys whaling much more than me. So the first place in both versions. So just to get the same results, yeah, I believe this pack is the best one to push any high deficit, high limits. So Thane buffing Ares, Rista buffing Ares, Clara there, because without her you cannot push any high deficit. Your team will just die. and with her invulnerability, you will pass the majority of the stages, and also aid it for controlling and tanking. And also, I would say she has like two lives with her shield and with her ultimate recast. So this is just an amazing team in any case to push the campaign. So what do we have here? Another old but gold, I would say. It's Leeta comp. It's Lilia plus Odette plus Rista, pushing Lilia to cast her. So how it works? So Odette, she needs to get lots of energy to cast her ultimate, the bouncing ball, which will just kill and destroy enemy team. To do that, she needs enough time, and Lilia is providing her with that time, casting her ultimate, which is sleep, full AoE sleep for the whole enemy team. So for her to do that very quickly, we ask Rista to help her. So Rista is pushing her energy, Lilia is sleeping everyone. We are trying to tank all that stuff with Argus, and yeah, that's exactly what's happening. The only problem with that team that for all of that to work, first of all, you need to spend your Rista here. So either you do have 2 or 3 copies or whatever. So you need Rista here 100%, and that's problem number 1. Problem number 2, this is a very late game composition. Yes, you can buy both Lilia and Odette nowadays from shops. Yes, you can build them. They are not Chaos and other characters. But to work properly, the whole idea of this camp is that Odette need to one-shot enemy team with the ball, or close to that. And for that to happen, she needs to be fully built. So you need to consider that you fully build Odette, and also you spend lots of resources, as you can see here. You decide for yourself if you want it or not. You can always passively build this pack until the late game by shops. It will be there for you anyway. You can just get off Rista and bring Natalia here to do some mess in the back rows of the enemy team, and to bring some time together with Argus to Odette. That's how I see it. So a good, decent pack, the decent team composition, maybe you will consider doing that. So next 2 team compositions are my own versions, I would say. I'm trying them all the time in my campaigns and my different accounts, and they do work. There are lots of different options and different combinations. You can change 1 or 2 heroes in those 2 teams. It's up to you. For me, I'm just here to show you this as an example of what I will bring more to you in the future, because now we are covering, again, I will repeat, PVE campaign tower basic team lists, right? So basic team composition list. Next videos will be covering PvP. It will be covering not basic team compositions with UR units and all that, bringing you closer and closer to the end game. And I will also be covering different interesting synergies and strategies with different units. So those 2 teams are like that. So first one is called 0 FPS Team. So why it's important? Because this team is not allowing any of enemy team to do anything. So if it's set up properly, if you do have enough copies in all the characters, and it's important to say that you do not need that many of them. I started using this team comp on my account, on the fresh one I was showing to you right just now. Then I had 1 copy of UR Char, 2 copies of Morphea, 1 copy of Medusa, and I don't know, 8 stars or maybe 9 or 10 stars of Cipra. This was enough, and more than enough, to push with this team lots of stages. So the whole idea here is that Medusa is soaking energy, controlling, stunning, unlimited amount of times. Morpheus is also controlling with her cats. She summons lots of cats to control the whole enemy team and the whole battlefield. Also, Cipra is summoning 6 characters to her team who is doing the damage while all this chaos here is happening. Char is also summoning another summon, so it's called 0 FPS for the reason. Because probably if you do not have that powerful device, or you're not emulating on a PC, your phone will freeze to hell out of this team. Plus it's 0 FPS also because enemy team will not move if it's properly set up and everything goes well. You can also, if you don't have UR char, as you can see in all my list, I have different options. So if you don't have UR char for free to play, Vexana is a very good option here. She also summons lots of FPS cracking stuff like zombies, so it will be also good. Another team, it's what I call no death run. This team I love a lot. After our lot was released and also Rafaela, I built this team on my main account, an 80+ campaign, and it works even there. So it's important. I call it no death run because in the good team comp, in the up version, like Rafaela, UR Linux, Sekhat, Arlot, and Nana, you should never die. Like, as soon as the Sekhat ultis, your team should never die afterwards. Sometimes I'm not able to kill the enemy comp on timer, but it's a rare case. So the whole idea here is that it's just not dying. It's undying team, right? So Sekhat is buffing with her ultimate a huge unbreakable shield to all the team. You are Linux for some security purposes here, just to allow any resurrection if something happens. Rafaela buffing attack, buffing healing, buffing everything. Like, she's just crazy good support unit. Also, Arlot, he is just killing everyone, also bumping himself, doing crazy stuff. Nana protecting, healing, resurrecting one by one if someone dies somehow. So this is just a crazy composition. If your Arlot is capable of killing everyone and you need to focus on him in that team composition, you need to build him first to the maximum amount of copies and to the maximum amount of items and everything. The only problem that he is dark/light character hybrid, so you don't need to prioritize him according to my tier lists. That's the only problem. But once you will have him, once you end pushing your Techno team, you will anyhow you will summon also dark characters, so you will have him eventually. And then you can start using him. This team is amazing. You can also, more free-to-play version is Zeno. You can buy her from shop, and she works good from like 2-3 stars. If you want to interchange UR Linux, also Sekhat can be exchanged with Ruby. Ruby is very, very powerful and also close to undying, but if you do that, you also need to invest in Ruby, so she will not be one-shotted, so she can wamp out and roll through the enemy team across the battlefield. So I believe that's it from the basic list for PVE campaign and tower push for high deficits, for the most efficient, mostly newbie guide, I would say, because this one was not focusing on very crazy expensive characters, not focusing that much on UR characters. All this list is built according to my tier list, which you can find on my channel. Also, do not forget that I do have a giveaway active now on the channel, so subscribe, like, and leave a comment to join. That's it. See you guys in the next PvP tier list. Also, we will bring more teams to the table with more interesting synergies and everything later. Also, share your favorite teams in the comments and ask me if you want any specific content. Thank you.